Hello, 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 this is Johnny Bravo back with some more Arcane Odyssey content. So, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something really cool that I decided to do. And something that I'm going to continue to do a lot more of going forward. And I'm going to make a series out of it. And that thing is clan building, because I have been waiting since World of Magic for clan building. I have been wanting to build my own castle for far too long. Far too long. And I saw RC's video where he released his fortress, essentially, and he showed us his fortress he built on Limestone Key. And I thought it was really cool, and it inspired me, along with the suggestion of a lot of other players who I have played with, to make a video on my castle. So, I'm going to just turn around right here, and this is Blackreach Keep. It is a solo build that I did myself, and it took me about 13 hours total, and it cost about 5.1 million doubloons by the end, or doubloons, galleons by the end of it. So, it was definitely expensive, and it was definitely time-consuming, but man, with how it came together, I think it was worth it. So in today's video, I'm just going to be giving you guys a tour of my castle fortress, essentially. So, kind of the vision that I initially had with this place, with Blackreach Keep, was I wanted my own kingdom. Because I liked all the castles and stuff, and all the fortresses in this game, and I wanted to kind of have my own sort of castle within Arcane Odyssey. And this was a way for me to do it. And my goodness, every time I look at it, I'm really happy with how this place turned out. There are a couple walls that I wish I could do a little bit better, but sadly, this game has no clip, which I agree with RC. This game really needs to add no clip to building. It would make everything so much easier. Like, look at this wall. Look at the tomfoolery I had to go through to build this wall and actually make it all work. It looks, honestly, kind of terrible. I'm probably going to redo this. But in terms of everything else, I'm very happy with it. And I'm just going to give you guys a tour of the place, essentially. So, this down here is my port town, essentially. I decided to build a little village here. You know, you have some crops, some wheat farms, some auction people, etc. And if we go over here, we have more fishing people, the such, and I essentially wanted this place to be divided into different villages for each different task, I suppose. And the reason why is because, I mean, that's kind of how a lot of societies work in general, and a lot of kingdoms work. You have certain areas that are dedicated to certain things. So I wanted an area or a village, I guess, for fishing, which is this place over here. I wanted the farming village, which is over here, and I also built a little cooking and potion brewing village over here, which I think turned out pretty alright. But by far, there is one certain view on this island that is my favorite. It is my favorite view on the whole island, and it is the tallest tower. It's just so much to see from the very tallest tower, which is this tower right in the middle here. You might not have been able to see it properly or clearly from the vantage point. If you did, then I'll probably put that in the video, but there's just so much to see from up here, and you see how multifaceted the walls are, like how many different layers there are. There's the tier 2 layer that is on the very much civilian side of things, and then as you go deeper within the fortress, it gets thicker, the walls get to a higher tier. Now, you might ask to yourself, Johnny, why the heck did you put the keep outside of the heavily walled area. Now, the reason I did that was mainly because of the fact that I couldn't really actually find any place to put it in the walls. Due to the fact that the keep is absolutely huge and it clips with literally everything, I couldn't find a single place over here where it was actually placeable. At least not for me. So now I'm just going to give you a little bit of a tour of the rest of the area, because I will admit, because of the limited amount of things in the building menu at the moment, there is a lot of the same thing. Just a lot of towers, a lot of walls, a lot of cannons, and a lot of mortars. And I mean, that's mainly because in terms of really large structures, that's kind of what you're limited to. I really hope they add more housing options to the game, because right now there's no really good way of building housing other than tents and huts, which, I mean, I guess can be in the theme of Arcane Odyssey, but not really in the theme of what I want to build. So, maybe that will be introduced in another update, possibly. We can always have our fingers crossed. But for now, until that happens, this is Blackreach Keep, and all around it has silver, along with a couple gold and steel, and bronze mortars and cannons. It is very heavily armored. I would say most of the money, or most of the budget, definitely went to the actual cannons. So, because of that, it makes it very hard to actually get near this place as a ship. Like, there is not a single weak point in terms of its ship defenses. But there are holes where a player could get in. And that is mainly because I cannot actually place any more walls. I am at the maximum amount. I cared more about how good this place looked and how much I liked it rather than the functionality, which, you know, some people care about that. I care about the style, and I think this place looks great. So, let me know what y'all think, and if you guys want to see more buildings, let me know. I'm probably going to make this into a series, and the Blackreach Keep was the very first island I did, and my next island I'm going to do, and the next island I'm going to do a video on, is going to be Cassia Bay, which I'm going to actually probably release a video within the next couple of days regarding Cassia Bay to show you the foundations for the giant kingdom I'm wanting to build there, because it will be a lot easier to mold it the way I want. So I've also decided that I wanted to actually give some tips and tricks as well for building, and I wanted to do that on every single one of my building videos. And so for today's tip or trick, the biggest thing is you don't have to actually worry about surfaces, erased surfaces, clipping with each other. The biggest problem I see whenever it comes to actually placing them is you yourself as the player are touching the raised platforms. And also, if you guys would really like, I could also make a behind the scenes for how I built this place, and I will try to give a lot more behind the scenes of how I built the other places. I just wasn't expecting to make a video about this castle, but there was enough people in the community who told me, dude, you really need to make a video about this place is really cool. Anyways, if you like content like this and you want to see more building stuff in Arcane Odyssey, then feel free to like and subscribe in order to help the algorithm and help me out, and I will continue to deliver more bases and more tips in order for everyone to eventually create their own castle or build of themselves that they're actually proud of. And my end goal by the end of this series, of this building series of mine, is to have every island in the Bronze Sea captured at the same time and have all of the bases loaded at the exact same time. It would be so freaking cool. I think it's something that we can do. Something that me and you can do together. So if you want to be a part of this journey, reach out to me. We'll make something work. And with that being said, I'm going to end my video here, and I will see you on the next time we build in Arcane Odyssey.